All right. I want to welcome everybody to the Lifestyle Changers Financial Freedom webinar. I pray that by the end of this session, it'll be crystal clear to you what you need to do to gain wealth. And at the end of this presentation, I will open the line up and you'll be able to ask any questions that you may have. Okay. For those of you who do not know who I am, my name is Angela Williams. I spent the last 13 years climbing the corporate ladder in the financial accounting arena. I got laid off back in 2008 during an economic downturn. So as a result, because there were corporate freezes that was happening all across my area, I couldn't find a job, so I had to create my own job. So I opened up my own boutique called Glamour and Gifts Boutique in Waukegan, and I have been a successful business owner for the past 8 years. I'm also the owner of NJ Cosmetics, and I'm the owner of Virtual CEO, which is an internet marketing and branding company. Now, I want you all to know that I am 100% unemployable, because I honestly believe that no one can pay me as good as I can pay myself. And all of the strategies that I have learned from being an accountant, as well as many of the principles that is taught in this MyEcon business opportunity, has allowed me to become debt free. No car note, no mortgage, no credit cards, no student loans, no nothing. And I'm here to tell you, you have no idea what it means to be free until you don't owe anybody. Now, there is a reason why I am going into every community, and that is I want to build financial legacies in our community using the vehicle of entrepreneurship. So if you look at this slide, to the left, it shows that white-owned businesses create 55.9 million jobs. So that allows them to employ about 44% of the white population. Now you compare that to black-owned businesses, where we create 1 million jobs, and we're only able to employ about 4% of the black population. So what this is telling you is that, number one, African Americans is the number one spenders in America. Okay, we spend about $1.1 trillion. So if we were to just shift some of that buying power back into black-owned businesses so that they can create new businesses, expand their businesses, we'll be able to bring down our own unemployment rate. And at the same time, we'll be able to build up wealth in our community, be able to have better schools, and at the same time, we'll be able to play in the arena of politics, because everybody knows in politics, money speaks. Now, let's think about the financial literacy industry right now. All of you have heard of Dave Ramsey, or you've heard of Susie Orman, or if you've heard of Robert Kiyosaki. They are making millions of dollars teaching people how to get out of debt using their own money, giving them these wealth principles and these little 7 baby steps to being debt free. Now, here's the reality. The reason why financial literacy is big business is that 43% of Americans are financially illiterate. 54% of college students have overdrawn bank accounts. About 80% of college students, they don't even know how long it takes to pay off a credit card. See, these are things that should have been taught in our high schools or taught from our parents, but it wasn't. So what has happened is it has created this vacuum. And a lot of people are making really bad decisions financially because they have never been educated. So these people, Dave Ramsey's, they have created millions by teaching people how to do it. But here's the reality to it. They give you different steps that you can use to build wealth with your own money over a long period of time. But what they don't give you is what they're actually using to build wealth. And what they're using is they're able to take the concept of education and they've put it into books, into audios, into DVDs. And what they're doing is they're creating an asset that is paying them residual income in order for them to create the wealth that they have now. So even if you look at Dave Ramsey, his net worth is $55 million. He didn't make $55 million just off of his principles that he's teaching you. He's making that $55 million because he is selling education, and he's packaging it in a way in books and audios so that he's constantly getting paid every single month, and he's able to build a large amount of wealth. The same with Robert Kiyosaki, making $80 million. So the beauty of MyEcon is we teach you the exact same wealth strategies and principles as Dave Ramsey and Susie Orman and Robert Kiyosaki. But what we've done is we're giving you what they failed to give you, and that is a business, so that you can make money actually teaching finance, and so that you can build an asset that is going to pay you so that you can increase your cash flow and build your retirement the fastest. So that's why I'm excited about this opportunity. So in MyEcon, we're giving you some of the same strategies. We talk about you increasing your cash flow. We're going to teach you how to eliminate debt, how to do a budget. We're going to teach you how to build your emergency fund. We're going to teach you how to start investing so that your money is making you money. And we're also going to teach you different assets that you can use, like life insurance, to be able to protect your wealth. Now, there's a reason why financial literacy is in high demand right now, and why millionaires are being created teaching the concepts. Number one, 50% of all Americans is one crisis away from being homeless. So if you were to lose your job tomorrow and you can't find another job for the next 6 months or the next year, how long would it be before you don't have a roof over your head? Well, that's the reality for 50% of Americans, and it doesn't matter what your race is. But what I do want to mention is that 67% of African Americans have no emergency savings right now, meaning you don't have $3,000 in your savings account. You don't have $1,000 in your savings account. Many of you don't have $600 in your savings account right now. So the question is, what are you going to do if you lose your job, if you lose your spouse, or you get sick? You cannot depend on one source of income, especially if it's from a job, because you don't own it, you don't control it, and you can lose it at any time. Now look at the average income. The average income for African Americans is $35,000. So we are the #1 spenders, but we are have the least amount of income. Does that make sense? Absolutely not. Look at the average wealth. The average wealth in America for Hispanics is $13,000. For African Americans, it's $11,000. That means that after working 40 hours a week for 40 years, we don't even own our homes. We have no wealth. We have less than $11,000. 40% of all Americans have less than $10,000 as their average wealth. So obviously there is a problem. We live in the richest country in the world, yet everybody is struggling and everybody is living paycheck to paycheck. And 66% of African American homes are headed by single moms. So you definitely have to have multiple streams of income in place. Now, the next question I want to ask you is, are you on track in your 401k, your savings account, or your pension plan? Okay, so what I've done is I've put a chart out here of where your retirement balance should be right now based on your age. So if you're 30 years old, you should have $64,000 right now in your 401k or your savings or some type of investment vehicle. If you are 40 years old, you should have $162,000. 45, $231,000. If you are 50, $319,000. And if you are 65, $750,000. So my question to you, by looking at this chart, are you where you need to be so that you can retire with dignity? Because the reality is, at some point, you're not going to be able to work no more. At some point, if you don't die, you're going to turn 65. And the average Social Security check is a little over $1,300. So if you can't survive off of $1,300 now, how are you going to survive off of that once you turn 65? So if your retirement is not on track, now is the time for you to have your little wake-up call. And you need to really pay attention to this presentation so that we can get you back on track and put you in the right way of money. There is a reason why everybody is living paycheck to paycheck. Number one, 1/3 of your income is taken away from taxes. So basically you work your job, they pull them taxes out your check before you even get it. If you work a 9 to 5, you are paying the highest tax rate ever. and that is between 28% and 33%. If you are self-employed like myself, or you have a home-based business, we get a tax cut. So we're taxed anywhere between 18% and 23%. And then, of course, the dream is to be an investor, where you invest in real estate and stocks, where you tax at 15%. So you have the lowest tax rate as an investor, and we're going to get you to that point. So a third of your income is being taken away from taxes. Another third of your income is being pulled away by debt. And we call that bondage, because you got to pay your mortgage, you got to pay your rent, you got to pay your car note, you got student loans, you got credit cards. And just think about it for a second. When you acquired those debts, when you got that mortgage and you got that car, they based it on your gross income. But you and I both know that you don't bring home your gross income, you bring home your net. So why is it that your bills is based on your gross, but you got to survive off of your net? That's the trap. So the trap is to get you to a point where you're always living paycheck to paycheck, so that you consistently borrowing money, or you consistently getting more credit cards, so that you can have money in between your paychecks. And that's just to keep the shackles on you. And then you have big business that's always advertising to you for you to spend more money. We all know somebody that's getting married, having a baby, got a birthday. It's 4th of July that's coming up. It's Halloween, Thanksgiving, Christmas, Valentine's Day. It's always something happening where you have to spend more and more of your money. So if you only got one source of income, but your money being stretched 7 different ways, you can't save. And that's why, and that's the shame. So what we have to do is we have to change some things. So the first thing we're going to teach you is the tax advantages of having a home-based business. So when you have a home-based business, you get to write off 100% of your startup costs. You get to write off a percentage of your rent or your mortgage. You get to write off a percentage of your utility bills, your electric, your gas, your water, your internet access, percentage of car note, the gas you put in your car. You are reimbursed 53.5 cents per mile. You get to write off travel and meals, and if you decide you want to buy a new computer or an iPhone. Well, what happens is when you have a home-based business, at the end of the year, all of these business expenses is going to be put on a Schedule C, and that Schedule C is going to be attached to your 1040 at tax time. Well, how can you make your whole life tax deductible? Well, when you join MyEcon, your title is as a marketing director. So what that means is you're going to keep business cards or any flyers, brochures in your purse. And when you're out and about living your life, you're just going to pass that information to somebody. You're just going to hand it to them. Excuse me, just want to give you my business card. If you know anybody, please pass it along. That's all you have to do. And if I'm sitting at Red Lobster, when the waiter comes up to the table, I'm going to give him my business card, and then I'm going to take a picture of that receipt, and that is now a business expense to me. If I'm going to a Bulls game, a golf outing, whatever I'm doing, if you're having a Super Bowl party, you're going to give materials to all your guests, and you're going to write that meal off. If you have a child that is about to graduate, and you're going to have a graduation party, what are you going to do? You're going to have marketing tools for the guests when they arrive, and you're going to be able to write that event off. Make your whole life tax deductible. Now, in order to do that, you have to have a home-based business. Now, see, that's what Dave Ramsey does not teach you. He does not teach you the tax benefits of being in a business and giving you a business. So we're giving you a business, and it's called MyEcon. And MyEcon is a 12-year-old debt-free, technology-driven financial literacy education company based out of Atlanta, Georgia. Our co-founder is Ivy Stokes. And the strategies that he has taught has allowed us to cash flow over $400 million, not the company, but the distributors. When you join MyEcon, you are getting education. You're going to get financial education. We're going to raise your financial IQ. So we're going to teach you the tax laws so that you can minimize the amount of taxes that you pay. We're going to show you how to create a budget. We're going to show you how to eliminate debt the fastest. We're going to show you how to restore and rebuild your credit. We're also going to teach you the language of investing. So if you don't know anything about CDs and bonds and mutual funds and IRAs and the stock market, we are going to teach you. And we're also going to show you how you can build residual income. Now, once you become a member of MyEcon and we start teaching you the tax laws, we're going to introduce you to strategy number 1, which is our income shifting. And what income shifting basically means is that we're going to shift you from paying the highest tax rate as an employee to a lower tax rate as a business owner. So we're going to show you how to reduce the amount of taxes that come out your paycheck by 50%. So we're going to teach you how to legally correct and adjust your W-4. And here's the scoop that you don't know. Your estimated lifestyle expenses, your rent, your car, you know, your gas, your cell phone, all of those expenses actually equate to additional allowances that you can legally claim on your W-4. So what this is going to do is it's going to add anywhere to an extra 100, an extra 180, 600, 900, $1,200 to your paycheck. And as long as you get up and go to work every morning, you're going to continue to get that additional cash flow in your paycheck. Now, everyone who's in my organization has been able to keep 95% of their take-home pay, and they still got their refund checks at the end of the year because all those estimated expenses used on a W-4 are actually written off at the end of the year. So we had 2,000, 4,000, 10,000, 13,000 federal refund checks. Now, we know people who adjust their W-4s throughout the year. They'll claim zero for a couple of months, then they'll increase it to 6 or 10 for 6 months and then adjust it back. Or we know people who file exempt for 6 months and adjust it back. Yes, you can get more money on your paycheck, but it is illegal. So if you are ever audited, you will have to pay that money back, and they will keep your federal refund check and they will garnish your paycheck. So why do something shifty just to get more money in your paycheck when we're giving you a legal tax shelter that you can use today so that you never have to owe the IRS? Now, once you income shift your paycheck, what we teach you is how to get out of debt. Trust me, there is nothing like being able to do what you want to do when you want to do it and not have to owe nobody and not have to worry about whether or not I'm going to pay this bill or that bill. I'm telling you, it is amazing. So you're going to take that extra money in your paycheck and you're going to pay off debt. This individual has $600 a month coming in by income shifting alone. So he had a car note and it was a $17,000 payment. $17,000 balance. His payment was $545 a month. He put that extra $600 on top of the $545 payment, paying $1,145 a month. Paid his car off in 15 months instead of 32 months, okay? So now that gave him more cash. He got the $600 from his paycheck, the extra $545 because he don't have a car note, and then he said, you know what, I'm gonna go ahead and pay off my Visa bill. So he was able to take that money, pay off his Visa, $8,000 Visa bill in 6 months instead of 78 months. So now he got $1,345 in additional cash flow. So you know what he said? I want to be debt free. I got a mortgage, it's $200,000. It's a 30-year mortgage, I want to pay it off. Well, guess what? He put that $1,345 in extra cash, put it on top of that $1,200 mortgage, and now he's paid his mortgage off in 79 months, which is basically 6.5 years versus a 30-year mortgage. Ain't no reason for anyone to have a 30-year-old mortgage anymore once you learn the concept of income shifting and having a home-based business. So now he's 100% debt free, and he enjoys $2,545 every single month. And just imagine if he was to take that money and start investing and building his retirement. But here's an example of a client who income shift, and she got an extra $432 in her paycheck, which gave her an extra $864 for the month. Now you multiply that by 12. That's over $10,368 of her own money that she didn't let the government take from her. But think about it. When asked what is her highest federal refund check that she's ever gotten, she said $5,000. So if they taken over $10,000 out of her paycheck, but her refund is only $5,000, what is happening to the other $5,000? That's the point. The point is, you can say, you know what, I don't want to increase my allowances because I want to get all my money back at the end of the year. You don't. They don't give you all your money back in the end of the year. They give you a little bit of your money back. So guess what? By her keeping her own money, because here's the thing, we don't teach you how to avoid taxes. You're going to pay your taxes. You're just not going to pay more than you legally should have to pay. That's the difference. And that's where ignorance is expensive, okay? So if she take that extra $864 she getting a month and she put it in the stock market, well, in 15 years, she would have $298,977. In 30 years, she'll have $1.2 million. Now think about it. Most people, when they get their federal refund check, they blow it. Just imagine if people took their federal refund check and invested, but they don't. So the fact that people 401ks is not where it's supposed to be is because they don't have that increase in cash flow. And when they do get their refund checks, they're not smart about knowing how to turn that money into more money. So we just showed you how you can build your 401k. Now, in order for you to be able to write off your life, you're going to have to do some bookkeeping. So what we have done is we're going to automate that for you. In MyEcon, we're going to give you a software called the Cash Flow Manager. And the Cash Flow Manager is going to track your income and your expenses and your mileage. Okay? There, you can access it from your computer or you can access it from your phone. Now, the way the Cash Flow Manager is set up, it is set up to be IRS compliant, which means that the questions that they are asking you is the questions that the IRS would ask. And that is, if you said you spent $35 on a meal, the question is, it was a meal, what date, how much, where was you at, what was you doing, and then you take a picture of your receipt. It's really that simple. And then you also can log in your mileage. So this is the way that you want to track your entire life. Every time you spend money, every time you put gas in the car, you want to get that receipt and you want to track everything you spend money on. At the end of the year, you're going to be able to press a button and it's going to list all your expenses for the year. This is the report that you are going to give to your tax preparer so that they can fill out the Schedule C to attach to your 1040. The software also comes with a retirement planner. So you can tell the software when you plan to retire. This person want to retire in 2039. They want $8,000 a month in income because they want to be living it up. They want to be traveling the world. Well, this software is going to ask you a series of questions. How much in your pension? How much you expect back in Social Security? How much in your 401k? How much in your savings? And they're going to tell you how much additional income you need to invest to hit that number. So in this person's case, they need an extra $952 to put into their investment account. Well, where are they getting the money from? Well, some of that money is going to come from them income shifting their paycheck, and the rest of the income is going to come from them actually building a MyEcon business. We're also going to give you additional financial calculators just in case you're in the market to buy a car, some furniture, a house. You need to know how much you're paying in interest. The second strategy that we are going to teach you is the cost of having bad credit. So if you just look at this chart, this person, two people went out and bought a car. The car was $20,000. They both got a 5-year car note. Now the person with good credit, they got a 6% interest rate, so their monthly payment is $387. Now compare that to the person with bad credit, where their monthly payment is $599. So they got the same car, but the person with bad credit had to pay an extra $212 a month. But look at that interest. The person with bad credit had to pay $15,929,000 in interest compared to the person with good credit. Over $12,000 in interest for the exact same car. And this is the problem that a lot of people have. Interest is taking your money, and bad credit is costing you. You're not having the ability to get the home that you want, being able to rent an apartment, not being able to get the car that you want without a cosigner. And nowadays, in order for employees to check your integrity, they're starting to run your credit report as well. So bad credit could be the difference between you getting that job and not getting that job. So in MyEcon, we're going to provide you with a step-by-step credit repair education. And it is a video tutorial. We have 10 different modules, and I think it's 26 different videos. And they're basically going to show you how to pull your credit report, what letters to dispute, and they're going to give you tips and tricks that you can use to fix your credit. So we're going to show you how to remove collections and foreclosures, medical bills, student loans, judgments, things that are on your credit report in error or inaccurate, or the time limit has passed and the credit agencies have not updated your credit report. Now, just to give you some of my results, I actually started using this credit repair service a little over a week ago. So my credit always stayed around the 736 range. And just by implementing one of the tricks that I learned through this credit repair education, I was able to increase my credit score by 19 points in 7 days. And now my credit score is a 755. So now I'm in the 750 club, and my goal is get to the 800 club so that I can get that 0% interest. So right now I can lock in very low interest rates, and this is where all of you want to be. Also, being a member of MyEcon, it comes with some perks. So you're going to get access to an attorney. So if you have any issues in court, if you have any documents that you need reviewed, if you want to do a will, if you want to file for bankruptcy, if you want to file for divorce, all of those things are available through your attorney. It also comes with identity theft protection, and is backed by a $1 million policy, because identity theft is the #1 crime that is happening right now. Because think about it, there's computers that's being hacked. We all, if you're on Facebook, you're noticing that your messenger is being hacked. Those people are trying to get your personal contact information. And if something was to happen, somebody steal your credit card information and use your credit card, you will be reimbursed through your identity theft insurance. You're also going to be able to save on your lifestyle. So we all know that we like to shop. Okay, so whether you're going to Walmart, Old Navy, Avenue, Macy's, if you are going to go to those places, you have access to the world's largest cashback mall. So if you're going to shop, shop through your back office first, so that you can earn cash back on every purchase that you make. You do not pay sales tax, which is saving you money, and you don't pay for shipping. Also, you have discounted travel in your back office through not only Priceline, but through Last Minute Travel. And if you have been paying attention to me, you actually haven't heard me say that you need to sell or recruit anybody. You could come into MyEcon. You can use it as a tax shelter. You can get all of the benefits, you know, the income shifting, apply the wealth strategies to your life, fix your credit, get out of debt, and start investing your money and start to build wealth in a slow pace. You are free to do that. And this is where it could stop for many of you. But for those of you who want a little bit more, or maybe you want to get out of debt faster, maybe you have aggressive goals, you want to get you a brand new house, you're going to need a down payment on that house, or maybe you want to fire your boss, you're like me, you want to get all the money in the table, maybe you want to be a 6-figure income earner. Well, there are additional income streams that are tied into the MyEcon business opportunity. So #1 is you can earn sales revenue. So when you join MyEcon, they are going to give you an e-commerce website. On that website is products that you can sell to other people and earn commissions, okay? You can send people to your website, they can shop, you don't have to carry any inventory, and you are paid every Friday. So you can sell our credit repair education, you can sell travel, you can sell our cash flow manager software to other people in Mary Kay and Avon. You can also sell our health and wellness products, our coffees, as well as our teas. Now, one of our most talked about product is called Sprayology, because the health and wellness industry is a $1 trillion industry. So you definitely want to have your income tied to that. But Sprayology is 100% all natural homeopathic medicine. So they've taken every over-the-counter drug and turned it into a spray formula that is completely natural and organic. You spray it under your tongue, it hits the bloodstream, and it's going to give your body some amazing results. So we have over 26 different sprays for people who are suffering from hot flashes, people who suffer from allergies, people who suffer from PMS and painful cramps during their time of the month, people who suffer from migraines, people who suffer from colds and flus, people who have trouble sleeping. We have a multivitamin, we have B12, and then we have products for both men and women who would like to increase their sex drive as well. So you can sell these products through your website. You can sell them on eBay. You can sell them on Amazon. You can put these products up into mom and pop storefronts if you want to. So this is an amazing brand. It is nationally known. It's in big magazine publications. Celebrities have tried it, used it, testimonies on it. So this is a product you definitely want to get your hands on. Now, the second way that you can make money, the third way, I'm sorry, you can make money in MyEcon is if you decide to build a team and become a business builder and create leverage in your business. And this is for people who really want to be a six-figure income earner or above, okay? But what I wanted to do is I wanted to address that issue of, are we a pyramid? I hear that all the time by people. And I'm just here to address that. No, we're not a pyramid. A pyramid is something where you're giving money, but there is no product, there is no service, there is no education. You're just putting up money. So if you remember back around Christmas time, there was all these messages on Facebook and email talking about a loom where you put in, if you put in $25, you're gonna make 100. That's a pyramid scheme, okay? Bernie Madoff, the guy who was taking rich people's money. He had them put up $1 million and he'll pay them back $10 million or $15 million. Well, guess what? He didn't have a product. Everybody thought they was investing in some type of stock or some type of company, but they wasn't. They was just putting in money and he was paying people from other people's money. That's a pyramid. That is not what we have here, because as you can tell, number one, we got education, and number two, we actually have products that you can sell, so we can't be a pyramid. But what a pyramid is a organizational structure, and everybody is in a pyramid. Think about your job. You are an employee. It's a lot of you. There's a couple of people that are supervisors, a few people that are managers. There's one director, one VP, and there is one CEO. Your chances of moving up the career path is slow and it's limited, because you can never be your boss. You can never make more money than your boss. So you are already in a pyramid. He is paying you. What your boss is doing is he's creating leverage for himself. So he is paying you for your time and your services so that he can sell his product and he can make millions. I mean, that's just the organizational chart. Now you compare that to MyEcon, where we all start at the bottom as marketing directors. Now, as you build your organization and your team size, you can go up the career path. You don't have to do any performance reviews. Your manager don't have to say you deserve a raise. You can give yourself a raise. There's no glass ceiling, and you can have unlimited income. So the reality is this: if you are a hairstylist and you have other stylists in your salon and they're paying you booth rent and you're making money from their presence of being in your salon, you are in a pyramid. You are using a pyramid structure. The same with the military. Every organization, okay, same as the government, it's all set up the same way. If you are a real estate broker and you have other real estate agents and you earn a commission off of every sale of a home that they make, you are in a pyramid. So the reality is that somebody gonna make money off of you. So the question is, who's it gonna be? And to me, the big difference is that your job is creating an asset for them to pay the CEO. So now I believe that it's time for you to create an asset that pays you. So in MyEcon, we can earn 100% commissions, and we can also earn residual income. We have a rank in MyEcon called EVP, which stands for Executive Vice President. You can hit that rank when you share this opportunity with two people who decide to open up their own MyEcon business, okay? When that happens, you qualify for 100% commissions. So if you help 10 people start their own MyEcon business, MyEcon, out of their profits, is gonna pay you $350 cash up front. And then we have a residual income tied to our monthly membership. Okay, so you can earn an extra $10 every single month. That ain't nothing. But guess what? As your team starts to grow, so does your income. So let's say you have 500 people in your organization. You would have made over $12,500 in upfront cash, and you'll be bringing home $2,500 a month. Now, that may not seem like a lot to many people, but that can definitely pay a mortgage. Let's say you got 1,000 people in your organization. You would have got $25,000 in upfront cash, and you'll be bringing home $8,000 a month. Now, I know if you were making $8,000 a month, you probably quit your job. You'll fire your boss, and you'll kick your feet up, and you'll get to enjoy that money every single month that everyone pays their monthly subscription. You continue to get that money over and over and over again. So even if it took you 2 to 5 years, to get 1,000, 500 people, 1,000 people, or even 10,000 people. That's worth the effort for you to be able to get an extra $2,500, $8,000, $40,000, $80,000 a month in residuals, because your job is never going to pay you that. And there's nothing that you may have going on right now that will put you in a position to make money like that. If you're making $80,000 a month, that's over $960,000 a year. That means you've put yourself in position to be a millionaire. But I want you to really understand the power of residuals. And I'm going to ask you, which is easier for you to do? Save money to build your residuals, or build a team to build residuals? John Paul Getty, which is one of the richest men in America, he's not one of the richest men in America, he's the first millionaire in America. He said that he would rather have 1% effort of 100 men than 100% of his own effort. So here's the reality. If you want $300 a month coming into your house, you would have to put up $90,000 cash in the bank. Or you can build a MyEcon business, share this opportunity with 3 people who may know 3 people, who may know 3 people, and over time build your team to 100, and you still get that same $300 a month. Or if you wanted $1,500 a month, which one would be easier? You saving $450,000, or you building your team to 243? I don't know about you, but me, I'd rather take my time, go in every household, build relationships, mentor people, train people, and teach people and show them how to grow and get them into this business so that, number one, they can get their financial house in order, that they can get on the road to wealth. And at the end of the day, I'm going to be blessed as well. So I'd rather build an organization and bless and help other people than to take all the time to try to save $450,000, $1.9 million, or $2.7 million. It's just not going to happen. Okay. And I honestly believe that you should show real results. So what I'm showing you right now is a piece of my check just from last week, and what the power of building your own team, because when you build a team, what you're doing is you are building an asset that is going to pay you in your sleep. So even if you look at this report, you see all the people that came into my organization, you see where I am made $25. That's I made $25 from someone on my team bringing somebody in, another $25, $35 because I brought somebody in. Because guess what? When I bring somebody into this business opportunity, I am paid $35 up front the very next week. And then you see all these 1250s. Well, these is other people's, 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 other people's. This is what I call making money in your sleep. If you just take the time to learn what you don't know and build an asset, this is residual income that's paying me month after month, even when I don't get out of bed. You know, this past weekend, somebody asked me, would you continue to do this business even if you was in your 60s? I said, absolutely, because nothing is going to pay me as good as MyEcon can pay me. So the end result at the end of everything is we want to get you to a point where you are an investor, where you're getting the lowest tax rates in America. And we also want you to start investing in real estate, start opening businesses, start investing in stock. So a lot of people shop at Walmart, but do you know that Walmart stock is $76.50? Do you own a share? There are people who are driving Ford cars, but do you know that Ford stock is $11.14? Do you own a share? Okay, a lot of people are buying Nikes, but Nike stock is $53 a share. Do you own a share? You need to start investing where you spend your money and start building an investment portfolio so that your money can make you money. Now, I just want to end this up by just showing you real people, real results. These are people who have cash flowed and earned bonuses and commissions by building their teams. And MyEcon in the upper left-hand corner is our upline, Cedric Williams. As you can see, holding a check for over $53,000. He has over 2,000 people in his organization, and he's only 30 years old. So if I can't tell you how this builds my belief system and letting me know that it can happen to me as well. In MyEcon, we are paid every single week. So can you imagine just getting a paycheck in between your paycheck at your job. We get paid every Friday, and many of us earn checks without selling or recruiting. It was just the fact that we had already built an organization, which is now an asset that pays us. So I hope you're getting excited, because you can get paid next week if you get started right now. When you join MyEcon, you're going to get training, you're going to get support. We do webinars, we do conference calls, we do live meetings, we have large conferences. We have our corporate conference that's going to be coming January 23rd to the 25th in Atlanta, Georgia. So if you can make it, get into the business. I hope to see you there, because you're going to be transitioned to a whole new way of a financial life. And when you join our team, you are joining a family. So you are not by yourself. We are all like-minded. If you've ever been looking for somebody to support your dreams and who want to be your biggest cheerleader and to just move you up to success, where you are in the right place with the right company at the right time. Our mission is to take our financial literacy education and to go in every household, to do classes in high schools, to get on college campuses, teach them kids what the cost is of having a credit card balance. Let kids know how much it's going to cost them to pay off those student loans, and how to avoid debt as soon as possible, because the college campus is where most young adults start to get and accumulate debt. We also want to take our message of financial literacy to every church across America. So when you join MyEcon, we want you to partner with us and help us make this mission happen. So to get started, it normally costs $199 to join MyEcon. But for today and every day, you're going to be able to join for $34.95. So you are going to get the financial success education system, just like the Dave Ramseys that are out there. You're going to get the wealth building strategies. You're going to be able to do the income shifting, because now you have a home-based business tax shelter. You're going to get the tax advantages so you can have a higher refund check. You're going to get the cash flow manager software so you can track your life. You're going to get credit repair education so you can increase your credit score. You're going to get our e-commerce website so you can promote your website, sell products, and earn additional commissions. You're going to get identity theft protection. You're going to get unlimited tax advice and preparation. And when I say tax advice, I mean that if you got any tax questions, you're going to be able to call our consultants, and they're going to answer any tax questions you have. If you got tax questions regards to your 401k, to your capital gains, anything that you have going on. If you're going through a divorce, you want to know how that's going to affect you come your taxes. If you want to know about the home-based business deductions, all of that will be asked for you. You can ask unlimited questions. They'll even prepare your basic tax returns. You're going to get a free and discounted legal services, so your own attorney. You're going to get discount travel, corporate perks, and then you also get to earn residuals, commissions, and bonus if you decide to build your team and build an asset that is going to pay you, all for $34.95. And you can try us out for 30 days. There is no contracts. You can cancel at any time. And after 30 days, you're going to be paying $34.95 a month. That's $1.16 to have an active legal business that's giving you a website, a tax shelter, and business income. And what's amazing about this is if you get started tonight, we're going to show you how to income shift your W-4. You can turn your W-4 into your HR or payroll department tomorrow or Wednesday, and you're going to be able to recoup your $34.95 right back. And the beauty is you can get excited about going to work, because now you're going to get a raise. And every day that you show up and go to work, you continue to get that money. And basically, we're going to show you how the government can get you out of debt. The government can help you launch a business. Yes, a government can build wealth for you if you learn the tax laws. And what's amazing about this company is we don't have to find anybody who want to sell makeup. We don't have to find nobody who want to travel. We don't have to find people who want to sell detox teas. All we have to do is find people with a job. And we all know at least 3 people right now with a job so that you can earn you a check next week. So that is the end of this presentation. Get back to the person who invited you to this webinar. Let them know that you're in, whether or not you want to just income shift and build wealth quietly in your home, or if you want us to provide you with the steps that you need to build you a big time business, a 6-figure income business, $1 million business, or if you feel like this business is not for you and keeping more of your own money is not important to you, then that's fine too. We just ask that you get back to the person who invited you to this webinar and support their business. Go to their website, try some of our teas, our coffees, or our Sprayology line. Be a customer and support that Black-owned business, okay? So I'm gonna open up the lines. So if anybody have any questions, they're gonna be able to speak now. Where am I? Okay.
Happened tonight.
I'm a teacher, so I teach you.
Okay, so is there any questions out there right now?
A lot of people know from here. Teach.
Do anybody have any questions?
In the summertime, so I'm over like 250 kids.
No.
Get them jobs in the summer.
No.
Who is that talking? Hey, John.
I talked to one of the other guys, Christian. He's gonna come. You should come too.
Somebody having a whole conversation.
A whole conversation.
A whole conversation. I know you're trying to recruit people, but man.
You're gonna see how you can make your shit.
Okay. I think he's trying to recruit somebody right now. I ain't mad at him. Are there any questions before we end this webinar?
Yeah, I have questions.
Okay, what's your question?
I really hope that she can
I completed the
okay,
work.
wait
If you're not asking
a
a question, if you're not asking a question, can you please mute your phone? Please. If you're not asking a question, we do ask that you can please mute your phone because someone has a question and we can't hear them. So if you're not
Okay, Randy, was that you having a question?
Yes, trying to find where do I get the W-4 because, and plus on the one that you had posted, it had no part 2 to it, only had 1 page, so I couldn't complete it all the way.
Okay, you can get an entire W-4 from IRS.gov. So if you go to www.irs.gov, they will you can download both pages of the
I don't have a computer, I just have a phone and I barely can read it because it's so small.
Okay.
Randy, if you come Thursday to the meeting, we put it in the group page. If you come Thursday, then we'll I'll make sure I have an extra one there and we can get it all filled out then.
Okay, because I've been trying to get it done and it's just I can't see it and I've been taking my notes.
That's fine. That's fine. If you come Thursday, we'll make sure we get that done for you.
Thursday where?
We're gonna put it in the group page.
Okay.
I'll post it again tonight in the group page on Thursday. It's gonna be at the Country Club Inn.
Country Inn and Suites.
Country Inn, 6:30.
Where that's at?
No,
Gurney.
it's in Gurney.
Just get in contact with me, and I'll let you know.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
All right.
Have a good evening.
All right. You too. Is there any other questions before we end this call? Okay. No questions means that you got it. Get back to the person who invited you to this webinar and get signed up. And we usually have these presentations every Sunday, so we'll have it again this coming Sunday. So have your guests there so I can help you build your team. All right, you guys. Have a good night. If you are married, both of you can income shift. Both can income shift. Okay, so if you are married, you both can income shift. All right, you guys. If you got any questions, other questions, you can hit me up on my email, cmbleader@gmail.com. Okay. Bye. Kendrick, I can't get no wave. I'm getting a smile. Can I get a wave? All right, now. Okay.